That was totally worth an hour of work. Holy shit. Hey, what's up, everybody? For such a stupid joke, it was so worth it. Oh my god, how's everybody doing today? Oh, getting on really late. Work kicked my ass. I saw a lot of the announcements just before I got to work because the direct was at like 7 and I went to work at like 10. But I saw everything. A lot of crazy shit packed into the Nintendo. I'm like, okay, all my hopes and dreams are dashed. And then the freaking Nintendo Direct comes on. I don't give a shit about Nintendo normally. Normally, I do not give a shit about Nintendo. But this Direct was insane. I mean, it's funny because most of it was like old stuff from years ago that has relevance again because now the Switch is finally getting it. Because it's no longer slightly better than a PS3. Now it's slightly better than a PS4. It's just... Jesus, man. But hey, you know, I'm not going to complain. Because now that we have all these games coming to Nintendo, we had like a little stealth bomb of cool announcements. You know, I'm okay with how it turned out. Considering... Yeah, Salamander! Salamander! Kingdom Hearts 4 is real! Yeah, funny enough, I slept through all of it, went to work, and then when I was at the work on my way to work, I was messaging my friends in our Discord, and we were just talking about some things here or there. I got confused about what Final Fantasy Presents was. I was like, what the fuck is this? Wait, is that Brave Exvius? I hear the music. Those are the same models, but I thought they were saying it was a remake of the first Final Fantasy and they were using like Brave Exvius characters and models and shit. I'm like, what? Okay, they're trying to do Strangers of Paradise again. What the fuck? But no, it was the first Final Fantasy to be made into 2D HD. So I got confused about that. Anyway, we started talking about that. I saw Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen. That was just kind of like plopped there. There was no... I mean, I know it wasn't received well, but there was no big, like, reveal for it. That's kind of big. They're just kind of like, oh, by the way, Dark Arisen. Yeah, you can play it in a couple months. Thumbs up. Like, okay. All right. And then as we get talking, my friend... I mean, at first, there's some shit going on in my life, so I wasn't ecstatic about it at first. But as we talked, he sent me the trailer. I watched it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Didn't really sink in. Wasn't really happy about it. And then on my way home, I'm like, wait, I'm going to watch the trailer again. And then I start getting a little hyped again. It's fucking real. Except I do have some problems with it. But the fact that they showed us shit after 4 years is big. So I'm not going to bitch too much about it. But there are some things that concern me. But again... sorry, you're going to see that at least 2 or 3 more times tonight. It took me an hour to do that. Anyway. Oh my god. All that shit packed into the Nintendo Direct. Like, what the fuck? Okay, you know what? We're gonna have to go. Hold on, let me get this set up. We're gonna play it on stream. Why? Because I can. Oh, no, no. I don't understand that language. Alright, to the viewing room. Yeah, it's like Dark Arisen, Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen got dropped there, which is kind of stupid. I mean, it makes sense because it's just a remake of the first game. Anyway, that got shadow dropped there. The new Final Fantasy got dropped there. Kingdom Hearts 4 got dropped there. A lot of really weird shit got dropped on this on the Nintendo Direct. I don't know. That's very weird. You think it would be on so well? Okay, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe it's because they kind of used. I mean, they should have done it this. Anyway, sorry. Final Fantasy VII Remake is heavily associated with PlayStation because PS1, it was a PS1 game seller, and then it was an exclusive for an entire year for the first and second part of the remake. And so maybe they were like, let's not put too much into one thing and make people think that this is a Sony exclusive. We're embracing all platforms, so let's announce Kingdom Hearts on Nintendo, which has always been like the second system that it's always been on. Because it's either been PlayStation 2 for the mainline games or like Game Boy Advance, DS, and all that. So it's always been like the Nintendo handhelds and then the PlayStation games. Except for PSP. And that one mobile game, but it got remade into a DS game. So still. But yeah, I thought it would be like, Square Enix would have a showcase, State of Play would have it. Definitely isn't going to be announced right next to Final Fantasy. I think it would set one or the other, depending on where you sit. The energy would have been sapped from one or the other if they were like released back to back. For me, my mind would have probably exploded right then and there. I was already floored by SGF Friday. I don't know how I would be able to deal if they announced Kingdom Hearts 4. So close. So they had a little cooldown period. We had the weekend. We had random Tuesday Nintendo announcement. Oh shit, Kingdom Hearts? Okay. But yeah. We're gonna watch the trailer again right now because I want to. And I haven't watched it on the computer yet. Just on my phone. It's probably super quiet for you guys. I gotta adjust my computer volume. Now, I want to know who this lady is. でもそれを定義するものがこの世界に来たことでこの世界にも私たちの定義する闇が現れた Shit's going south in Kingdom Hearts real world land because we came here. Okay, so just I'll play it first. I have a lot to say. I'm gonna punch him. Okay. So yeah, I think it's because of this big multi-platform approach they're taking with every game now that they decided to announce it for on the Nintendo Switch. Oh wait, oh sorry. Oh, it's not made here. We gotta go back. Sorry. Okay, so go back to the go back to the trailer. The Kingdom Hearts 4 is real. Ooh, how do I? There's got to be a way to where I hit the button and it doesn't go 5 seconds in advance. Oh, 2K? You guys won't see this, but it'll look nice for me. No. No. I just want to hit the thing and go by frame, not 5 seconds at a time. The texture on that coat is insane, but also I feel like that hood is like really long for some reason. She's got like a horse head. This okay, I'm such a nerd. I can already tell you basically where this is because I played The World Ends With You, Neo, and they let you go to Shibuya as well. Which I have more to say on that shit afterwards, though I know it's not gonna go anywhere. I want to get it out of my system. Dark side, that's definitely some kind of new freaky looking dark side, and I dig it. I mean, we've seen this before, but seeing it now where it's more polished, crazy. Alrighty. So they've already showed this off a couple of times with his like new little whip thing that he does. But this is just so cool, like fucking flipping into the air and shit, landing on cars. My some of my friends, they're upset that it's no longer higher fantasy, it's more low fantasy now, and it's in the real world, but I've always liked that about Kingdom Hearts and Nomura's works. And The World Ends With You. I agree with Nomura. I'm more interested when something is based in the real world and there's just something a little bit off. And this is definitely that, just like The World Ends With You. Um, and yeah, you're right. Darkseid needed a facelift after 20 years. Yeah, I like to think that he actually just looks the same. It's just he took the tentacles off his face and that's what he looks like. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack with this. I watched some of the mobile title stuff, like Dark Road, so I have more of a context for some of these things. Um, and also I have a few ideas, and then I don't see anybody talking about the ideas that I have, which either means that I'm either the biggest brain that's ever been, or I can't say it, or Twitch is gonna ban me, so we won't. But that is just really cool. Like you never see Sora. I mean, you don't see him in a real world setting often, but this time he's getting thrown around like that. And then with this, man, those in-game models look insane. Look at that. I wish I could just here. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Ah, okay, so that's how you do it. I thought it was just the arrow keys, but I guess they changed it. That is crazy. Look how good those models look. I'd say they look better than the 7 remake models. It'd be nice if we could see them without the blur. That looks creepy. I love that actually. The lighting is just so much better than in the 7 Remake series. Okay. That was a funny face. Hold on. Like, I'm tired of your shit. This is a shot straight from Versus 13. You're gonna hear me talk a lot about that because this is Versus 13 as Kingdom Hearts. Then where is he? This guy? I don't know who he is, but he does look a lot like Sid from Final Fantasy 13. Like strikingly so. He also looks like a younger Arden from Final Fantasy 15. Some people are thinking he's some character named Sigurd or something. I have no idea who that is really. I've only watched a few things from the mobile titles. It's a character from the mobile titles, apparently. I have no idea. But he looks cool. And then this fucking Noctis looking motherfucker. I thought this was Yuzura, but this is apparently a character from the mobile titles as well. He's got a keyblade. You can see right there. Yeah, you're right. He is. Here, let me. The hell? What is up with my computer right now? The hell? Huh. Hey, give me a second. It's acting weird. Kingdom Hearts Dark Road characters. Oh, yep, there he is right there. Let me see if I could just grab this. Yep. That's the same guy, beat for beat. Except he looks like a Monster Hunter Rise Monster Hunter. That's some good art, whoever did this. Doesn't look quite like Nomura, unless it was like a speed draw. Yeah. So, yeah, cool. That's definitely the same guy. Like, no question about it. But he still kind of looks like Noctis. And right here, he does the Final Fantasy Versus 13 pose with this freaking sword. Right here. So it's hard for me not to see him as Noctis. But we all know that that's actually Yuzora. And then, oh, wow. Just. That's Luxord, apparently. That's his real. His somebody? I don't know if you call it that. But he definitely looks a lot older. He looks cool, but a lot older. Nomura really likes these, like, elongated, like, neck part. Nah, I don't know what you call it. Neck cuff? I don't know. And he also likes these where they like it has the shirt fold over with the big giant buttons. He loves that since KH3. Oh my god, he does look like that. And then, oh my god, that goes by so fast. What if Donald and Goofy get sucked up into Quadratum and they turn into anime boys? Yeah, I don't know what this is about. I don't know who that is. Probably Master of Masters. This makes me think fucking Sephiroth. And I have an idea for this. So they're obviously going to Hades, in Olympus Coliseum, to try to connect with Sora or find Sora, because in Dark Road they already did this. They went up to Hades and made one of the Keyblade wielders then made a deal with him. I forgot what it was about, but yeah, he's like integral to the story and he's actually connected to the real like land of the dead that they go to, which is kind of cool because that's why he pulled Arn out from wherever the fuck he was. But I'm thinking that they said, okay, so if we back up a little bit, they said that um Quadratum is going to be the new hub world, not like Twilight Town. It's going to be where you select where to go to new places, and you're going to upgrade your apartment and stuff over time. That's a different topic. Anyway, um, I'm thinking it's going to be a solo adventure, or we're going to be partying up with other Keyblade wielders. Whereas when it comes to all the Disney stuff, we're not going to go to Disney worlds. We might, maybe to like dead Disney worlds or something, which would be kind of funny because most Disney IPs are dead now. Anyway, um, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to have two separate parties where one is in the normal Kingdom Hearts world, going to Kingdom Hearts places, doing Kingdom Hearts stuff, and then we go back to Sora. And then every time you do something with the Disney worlds or somewhere in Quadratum and unlock something in the other place, like you do one thing in one place, it does something for the other. That's just theory. That's just completely off speculation. Just my head running with nothing to back it up. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Oh my god. Maybe frame by frame was a mistake. So he wasn't just drawing Xehanort with an umbrella for no reason. That is one sad looking Sora. Can I zoom in? Nope. At least not easily. But yeah, that is a sad Sora. I'm interested to see what's up with the Xehanort stuff, because I know Xehanort's there because he's dead. This is the land of the dead. Yada yada yada. But I am very curious. Also, seeing Sora without gloves is it's still weird. Okay, because Kingdom Hearts 1 he had gloves, 2 he had gloves, 3 he had cuffs, but still covering his hands, and now he's barehanded. Disgusting. Um. Now, as for the combat, these are really cool effects. But notice that you see like these pillars or whatever sticking out of the ground. Oh wait, this isn't the one I watched earlier. Earlier they had like the HUD on the left. So we might have to break the combat down later. But I'll talk about it a little bit right now. So it's a lot snappier, but Sora's just wailing on a shielded enemy and he's not getting bounced back. I don't know about that. That feels very awkward. Because like if it was a full body or like one of the berserkers or something, you get knocked back from hitting the front. That is cool. So here's something. Yeah, maybe. Might be Revenge Meter. Here's something that I don't see other people talk about. Who else do we know that flies around on either chains or key blades like this? Like, for real. There's one guy who comes to my mind immediately when I saw this, and I thought it was interesting. Sora is fighting more and more like, yeah, you got it right. Yeah, Vanitas. Vanitas was riding around on straight up keyblades. He would ride on a big cloud of keyblades. And it's just interesting seeing Sora fighting more like Vanitas in this game. And I wonder if there's any connection with that or if it's just coincidence. But he is fighting more like Vanitas. He's riding around on keyblades, and he's also fighting more like Xehanort because he's using the same kind of whip techniques with this new chain that Xehanort did with his laser whip. Young Xehanort. This has me concerned though because this looks like a flow motion ride kind of thing where you just kind of sit there and watch the enemies die. And then he uses barrier. I'm thinking that. Oh, I'll talk about barrier in a second. I think you're right. I think Xehanort is just more chill. He's in the afterlife. His ambitions weren't realized, and now he's just kind of helping Sora, and he's gonna be like his teacher, which is it's kind of thematically really cool if you think about it. As for this, yeah, I'm actually gonna lower down the quality because you guys can only see it in 720p anyway. Um, and maybe this way it'll be easier for me to go frame by frame without having to load. That's a little funky. So he runs up to him, and he's running with his Kingdom Hearts 2 stance, which I think he does in 3. No, he was more of like Riku's teacher, if anything, to be honest. But he didn't even teach him anything. He just like, figure it out for yourself, bitch. Then you'll become a master. Does Sora run with his Kingdom Hearts 2 run in the third game? I don't remember. But yeah, we see Sora without giant feet, without gloves, run up to him. He hits the attack button right here, or at least the jump button. That would make more sense if it's a jump button, actually, yeah. So he hits the jump button. And then attack. And here's one of the big problems I have with 3. Yeah, I think Xehanort is going to teach Sora and open up his mind to some things on how to fight and be more aggressive instead of kind of being, well, I don't know. He's pretty aggressive in the second game, but in the third game he was much more passive for some reason. Um and I don't know if that's the events of Dream Drop's distance that happened that made him more passive for some reason because he had to relearn everything from scratch again, but Chain of Memory Sora is too powerful. We can't bring him back ever again. Wait, is that the lock on? Or is that just an effect? Sorry. Let me go into what I was going to say about Sora. So in Kingdom Hearts 3, um, what I it is floaty. It is floaty in Kingdom Hearts 3, but I'm not just saying that as a blank statement. I actually have reasoning behind it. So in Kingdom Hearts 2, especially after doing my level 100 level 1 playthrough, I wish 100. My level 1 playthrough and having a much deeper understanding of the mechanics and how that game works, being intimate with the animations as I have to be, uh Sora, when you hit a button in Kingdom Hearts 2, it starts and you hit Sora's actions start and stop with your input, which feels a little video gamey, right? But at the same time, you have complete control over battle. Yeah, I know it's a big criticism of Kingdom Hearts 3 though, and people just use it as a blanket statement. And I don't really like subscribing to that, where it's like, oh, I don't like something, I'm gonna say what everybody else says about it. I actually have reasoning behind, and like reasoning and a thought process behind it, instead of floaty bad. Like, I could feel something was wrong in 3, and after becoming more intimate between 2 and 3, after beating Yozora in my level 1 playthrough of 2, your inputs end, or Sora's attacks and his movements and everything end with your input. There's only a few where he doesn't, where it's like final form. But even then, it still has a level of control. Kingdom Hearts 3, 1, once you do a combo, you kind of stop, then you slowly float down. In Kingdom Hearts 2, you do an attack and you just immediately start falling. Like, after your animation for whatever attack you do, you start to fall immediately. That's why it feels so good to do those overhead swirling swings in Kingdom Hearts 2, because you hit it and you are immediately falling. In 3, you do a combo, or you do a little hit, or you do something, you stay there, float for a second, then start slowly dropping with momentum as you go. And it may be more video gamey in 2, but the video gaminess of it is obviously in service of the gameplay. Dissidia, Duodecim, and Dissidia, the original, are also like this, where you do an action, you just immediately start falling. It's a little, your movements feel a little gamey, arcadey, but it makes the gameplay feel so good. It's so responsive. Whereas this, you hit one input and he's got to do a twirl first, and he's floating in air, and then he does a slam down. And there's not like a lot of hit detection. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of impact. And then he goes in for another one out of nowhere. Like, how does he even do this combo in the first place? He's literally flying as he does this. Swing, he doesn't touch the ground, he just flips around, and then he somehow has momentum to bring himself around again without touching anything or anything. In 2, besides final form, all your actions made sense with how you were fighting. You can only do a few combos in the air and then you would fall. You can only cast a magic or spell or 2 and then you would fall. If you do an attack that leads you going downwards, you're going to fall. This, he did a downward attack, floated, and then did a roundhouse again. And that's what makes it feel so floaty. There's not a lot of connection there with the momentum of his movements to the hit. It feels like he's literally just flying around to attack. That doesn't feel good. Let's see that in real time again. Whereas Sora he's like also moving forward as he attacks. So watch, he starts moving in this direction. Sora in 2 would do a couple attacks like up, down, around, and then fall, or like, and he would be stationary as he's doing these combos. So he'd be like, hey, 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 and then he'd start falling. Yep, you got it. That's exactly it. That's a good summary of what I'm trying to say here. There's just feels like there's like weight to your actions, and it makes sense. It's also like, again, you're building up momentum and flying, and you're moving across the screen, and there's nothing really to justify that if you use like, because it's a video game, right? We don't need to use real world logic, but when you have some logic that you can glean from reality, it enhances the experience. And I think like Monster Hunter does that really well. The City and Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 do that really well. But here he just builds up momentum and starts flying around without anything to really justify it. He's not kicking off of anything. He's not propelling himself with like magic or anything that you could see. He's just kind of floating around and doing it. And that feels pretty lame. I'm not a fan of it, honestly. So I have a worry about that. I have worries about that ground combo and the build system that they showed off, but I'm more optimistic for it. That's cool though. He just pulls up one of Aqua's barriers, which is pretty cool. He uses defense though, and it just does a barrier, which I'm feeling like your normal defense is going to have a barrier around it because you're going to be hitting from all sides. That, or it's just for this instance because it's really hard to define where you're going to need to defend from because of the forced angles in this encounter. So he's got a barrier now, but it comes from a normal block. See, he just normally blocks. And then it just erects a barrier. Unless that's like an ability, which would be kind of cool. Like, you can equip barrier, so when you defend, you defend from all angles. Maybe there's a cost to it. We don't know yet. It's all speculation. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still excited. That is true. And I'm fine with that. I'm just worried about the gameplay implications. If you're able to just like use a barrier and defend yourself from all angles like that, and how it's going to affect gameplay. It's not a bad thing. I just want to know how it works in more detail. Like if there's a trade-off for it. Okay, look. After playing my level 1 playthrough, Reflect is not overpowered. I don't believe that anymore. At least in level 1. In level 1, it's the only thing that makes me sane. And it still isn't even that good. Let's see. But in every other playthrough, it's basically broken. Especially at level 99. There's another trailer that shows the combat commands. Maybe it's this original trailer. Maybe they took it out so people wouldn't speculate. この世界. No, they don't have it here. So I don't know what footage it is, but there's footage of the command menu here showing off the build menu. Apparently you're going to hold L2 to go into a separate menu after you build up enough resources from attacking to do completely new resources. New attacks from your resources. So as he's swinging around, you see this trail of fire, at least these pillars on the ground. And then he does the slam and it leaves this rock in the ground. Well, in the other trailer, he holds L2 and he clicks on something and then he starts floating up this thing like a surfboard. So it looks like, I mean, they said there was reaction commands back, but that doesn't feel like a reaction command. That's the build menu. He's literally building platforms and shit to jump off of, which could be really cool. And that's what these are too. He's using the build menu to summon these out, which then he can hit R2 to ride. This is when he goes into the build menu itself by going all the way to the bottom, clicking build. and then building whatever this fucking tower of Keyblades are to attack like Vanitas. Which seems too much like the attractions, which I hope it's not. Because no matter what anybody says, they are just way too powerful. But yeah, a lot of potential with the system. And if they have reaction commands back, which are those shadows? Are those Neo shadows? They look like creepy zombie Neo shadows. The original concept for Kingdom Hearts was Sora fighting like zombie like creatures, which basically Heartless basically are, right? Um Yeah, but if it's also powerful and does like a bunch of AoE, like it's just gonna be so powerful. I don't if it gives iframes, I don't mind. But if it like screen wipes, I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel. I am such a nerd. I'm looking in the background there and I'm thinking about The World Ends With You, Neo. I mean, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted Versus 13, but this is a very close second and I'm very happy for it. It seems pretty powerful. And I'm worried about the defense of the enemies. Like, a problem with 3 and Birth by Sleep, more Birth by Sleep, is that enemies aren't affected by your hits very often, and they'll just wail on you while you're doing a combo. Which for bigger enemies, that makes sense, but it was also for like the smaller ones too. And even with the bigger ones, you could do a finisher to then start like having them susceptible to your attacks. This, it doesn't really seem like that. Oh, there's some funny True Blade Seeker videos about that. That very topic. Let's go back down to 720. Square Enix, hey Nomura, how's Kingdom Hearts 4 doing? Nomura, suspiciously shaped versus 13. It's going fine. Yep, it's Nomura is always trying to take his star-shaped versus 13 and fit it in the round hole. He's trying to fit it in the round Kingdom Hearts hole. He's trying to fit it in the heart-shaped hole of Kingdom Hearts, but the star just won't go in. Yeah, see all the pauses when he's like doing a combo? Yeah, see, he just stopped and then he started to descend. And then he flipped up in the air and then he's gonna stop and then go down. And then that AoE is just so like wide catching. I mean, I kind of get it. Wait, was that the Shinra board? Shinra! It's kind of this is gonna sound stupid, but it's really crazy to see this town not being locked to one screen like in Neo: The World Ends With You. So like seeing the Shibuya crossing from different angles like this is kind of throwing me off. Because for a long time I thought that this is it here? I thought this on the left here was like way south of this area, but no, you just turn around, it's right there. Because in The World Ends With You and Neo, this is one map, and then you go south, and then this is the completely different map, and it looks like it's way more south. Or I guess it would be north, because north is 104. And also, I got excited when I saw this, but there was an explanation for it. So the 104 building, which is a parody of the 109 building IRL, um, they changed the logo from how it looked in Kingdom Hearts 3 to look how it looks like in Neo: The World Ends With You. But Neo: The World Ends With You changed it because the real 109 building changed its font to be more like this. So I thought it was maybe they're going to have some The World Ends With You because it's set up now, right? They could have Versus 13 stuff. They could also have The World Ends With You stuff in here and have it make complete sense now and then like have everyone meet up. I really hope that they meet with a real life Neku. That would piss me off if they don't. Yeah, that's kind of a thing that Nomura started by just having Shibuya be in video games. Like he started that trend. He popularized it, which I'm cool with. Shibuya is one of the first places I'm going to go to when I go to Japan someday. But I already know a lot of the I know a lot of the layout for Tokyo in Shibuya because after playing those games, I went on Google Maps and did the little like walk around thing where you like have the camera, and it all pretty much matched up for the most part. So I already am pretty familiar with where to go for certain places, or the general idea anyway. Yeah, and that feels kind of sluggish, right? Maybe he didn't build it properly, but he's like floating around on these keyblades, and it's so slow. It's like hit, 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 and then explosion. Whereas Kingdom Hearts 2 would have been like some crazy shit where it's like ching, ching, and like hit like 4 or 5 times, then explode. Have I ever ate natto? That like pasty bean crap. Once a long time ago, and I'm not going to explain why, but my girlfriend, who is a huge weeb, was really into them, and that's all I'm gonna. We're not gonna go into details. I want to see Sora's face up close. Yeah, I'm playing a little bit, but no, she was kind of weird about that stuff because of well, you know what it is. But yeah, it's pretty fucking nasty. It's got a bad stink too. I haven't had it for like 15 years, but Sora's cuffs are growing on me, starting to. I'm sorry. Why are you eating it? That guy on the right, his reaction is my reaction for you eating not natto. Don't know how to say it, but natto. That's my reaction. How could you be eating that? Oh, let me close this. But yeah, I gotta find that trailer that has the commands in it. Um, fermented tofu. Is your family like those health nut kind of people? Ah, okay. I usually assume that it's just some kind of weird health nut thing. But yeah, it is. Uh, I personally do not like it, but I ain't gonna judge. QTEs? It's not a QTE. Fuck you. I'll have to find that video later. But yeah, that I'm thinking that this sets up really nicely for them to have the World Ends With You stuff in 4. I don't see why they can't. Yeah, I get that. um, I just stick to trying to keep things balanced. I think like all food is guilt free. You just have to balance it out with proper exercise and um having more of the good stuff than the bad. Um, I tend to eat a lot of beans because beans have a lot of protein, fiber, and all that. Uh, make a lot of shakes and stuff. But yeah, that it doesn't stop me from occasionally enjoying like a burger, some ice cream. I usually drink like what is it? Zero sugar soda, like one every day. That's my like little treat at the end of work or whatever I'm doing. It doesn't taste the best, but it's better than the rest. I don't think there's anything else. But there's some other cool things that were announced too. Let's see. Over the week, it's crazy. We got. Oh, that's what it was. I want to see this again because I was kind of like half asleep watching this at work.
アニマは世界の源であった。水も火も風も世界を構成するそのすべては。
This looks strangely a lot like. I mean, obviously it looks like Xenoblade Chronicles 1, but it also looks a hell of a lot like Xenogears.
大地を流れるアニマが形を変えたものだった。そして戦いを決するのはいつもアニマとその力を自在に振るう騎士だった。
この剣の名に恥じぬよう精進します。
Xenoblade Chronicles 1, it had like its environments. Let's see. So like Xenogears is more like this. It's just like very beautiful natural scenery like this because the director Tetsuya Takahashi is a level designer and is great with geography or not geology. Is that it? I don't know, I'm too fucking tired after work. Anyway, the character models, they look different, but I'll get into that. That's my one big gripe for this. Yeah, but then like right here, you see these like giant arcing like pillars sticking out of the ground that are massive. This is more like Xenoblade. Xenoblade has stuff like this everywhere, where they have like giant landscape, like stretching mountains all across the vista, giant cogs sticking out of the ground or something. Um, and then Xenogears is more like real world architecture that looks like this. Then yeah. Because like the first, I don't know what your knowledge is on the Xeno series at all, like Xenoblade Chronicles, but Xenoblade Chronicles 1, they tell you at the very beginning, so this isn't a spoiler if you ever play it. They're fighting on two titans that are as big as the world that are fighting in an endless ocean, and they basically kill each other. Then life starts forming on it's a biological Titan and a mechanical Titan. And when the biological Titan dies, life starts growing off of its body over time. And they build like towns on its kneecap and stuff like this. And there's like giant sweeping like pillars coming that are like, yeah, like you said, artificial mega structures all over the place. Some inflicted from a stab wounds that he got while fighting the other Titan. And then Xenogears is just like this. It's just like this kind of sitting. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles is like this as well, but this is way more down to earth compared. And Xenogears is just like this. It's like beautiful, like realism, just complete like supernatural build, super, but all natural beauty. It's like the perfect vista that popped up, like those like the Rainbow Mountains in Brazil. It's all fantastical but built in reality. And Xenoblade Chronicles doesn't lose that, but they have a lot more of the superstructures. Now, as for the art style itself, this is my biggest criticism for modern Xeno games. They got bought by Nintendo. And even before that, after working with the same artist from 1998 Xenogears all the way to, for the most part, all the way to Xenoblade Chronicles 1 in 2010, so 12 years. And sorry, Xenoblade Chronicles X, so 17 years working with the same guy. All of a sudden, they go for an artist that is I think he's a manga artist, an ecchi manga artist. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the Gunnar game, started with this clean, super polished art style that looks kind of like this. This looks way better, but this is like more Fire Emblem. And I'm not a fan of how Fire Emblem looks. I think it's too clean, too polished, too corporate looking. I don't think it has a lot of personality to it. Whereas the artist from Xenogears to Xenoblade Chronicles X, that guy he doesn't do very good outfits, but he understands the human body and draws very similar to Tetsuya Nomura. At least how Tetsuya Nomura drew in the 90s and early 2000s, where it's like a mix of realism and manga. And he keeps up that style and it looks fantastic, but he just doesn't draw outfits and gear very interestingly. And so they opted to have this to get more popular, to open up to a wider audience, to make their series a little bit more popular. And it doesn't look bad. This looks way better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Chronicles 3, even though I love 3. But it still is like super polished and kind of boring looking. But I think that's what, like, which is weird. I think that's what the younger generation of anime fans like. They like having things super clean and polished and stuff. They put like a lot of value on it. Whereas like when I was a kid, I liked the stuff that looked like weird and different and a little grungy or dirty. Which is why I love 80s and 90s anime and a lot of 2000s. I think it's when the normies joined into the anime scene. Like when they made anime popular, they put their values of what they would expect. Like, oh, it has to be super clean and polished or it's not good. Kind of like how they do with movies. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but yeah. But these character designs are still pretty good. And you can actually, like, they have faces to them instead of being a fucking flat face with no nose and no eyebrows. They actually have structure to their face. Unfortunately, it starts off in a magical school, which that kind of anime died out, thankfully. The magic school animes of the 2010s. From what I can say, most of the people I play with leans towards on more cleaner art. It's more likely because of the traditional drawn animes is more digital style. they grew up with. Yeah, yeah, because like in 2000, the first anime to ever be made digital was I think it was called uh, Blood X or something. I have to look into it. I'm so tired. Uh, what it was the first one to use digital, and it streamlined the process of animation, and then it started going down this rabbit hole of making things super polished, super refined, super clean. Which I sometimes I like that. Sometimes I do. But it's flooded the market so much, it's everywhere, and I just find it so boring. It's especially apparent in Nintendo games. That's why I'm more used to cleaner art styles with all the newer anime. So seeing the newer game and anime styles closer to anime just like this normal me. Yeah. I mean, I understand why. I think it branches out to younger audiences that grew up with this and everything, but like, it doesn't beat. I think I have it pulled up right here. It doesn't beat this for me. This is still very clean, but you could see the jagged lines of the line art. You could see an actual human touch this. It's not super clean, but it's not dirty. It's well formed. I love stuff like this. Wait, are you able to see this? Oh yeah, cool. Because I know Crunchyroll's weird about that, like letting people see their stuff. Like Trigun, Yu Yu Hakusho are like my all-time favorite anime aesthetics. And Gachi Akuta, Gachi Akuta. Man, I almost revealed myself to be a normie there. Uh, it has the most interesting modern anime style where it's still clean, but it's got like varying thickness to its lines as it's drawn through it. That's really appealing. Like you can just see it right here. Like the thickness changes with the brush stroke and where they're turning it and like curving it. It looks so nice, but it's still clean, right? This is the kind of clean style I like. But if we really want to talk about clean art style, I think Soul Eater takes the cake. This is the kind of clean that I like. And it's still got a lot of personality to it. Look how they draw the noses and the eyes. Everyone's so stylized. Whereas like this, it has the same eye shape, the same face shape as many modern animes, and it's just so boring to me. I like when you could tell people apart from their faces alone, not just what hairstyle and color that they have. The architecture in Xeno games has always been fantastic, and I love when they do these like big gothic church looking stuff. They've been doing it since Gears, and it always looks wonderful. But I'm glad that the magical school anime trend's over. I'm just sad it's in a Xeno game. See, that doesn't look bad. Like all the young people have like, I mean, this, it's super flat and super boring and super clean. I don't see the appeal to it. But then you go to, like, as this guy turns, the older people in this, they actually have faces. That looks pretty good, actually. Kind of looks like the old art style a little bit. Like, you turn, you see the curl of his brows and his nose with a little bend in it. He's got his protruding cheekbones. As you turn, you can see all of it. And then he starts revealing his cheek as he turns a little bit from his other cheekbone on the side. That looks really good. This kind of looks like the old art style, and that's something really annoying in anime, is that they'll either draw everybody like this cutesy anime style here, and when they draw old people, they just add wrinkles around their face and everything, or they'll draw the young people like this, and then the old people, the one who have like texture and detail to their faces.
そのものの行動や思いも刻みます。これからのあなたの学院生活のすべてがその意志と共にあると思ってください。
And it's a giant open world game, which is their thing now, which I'm not opposed to. but I would like a more linear experience to really lean on the storytelling of Xeno. Because I think Tetsuya Takahashi and his wife Soraya Saga, she's not working on this. She hasn't been working in games since Xenosaga 2. But I think their writing is some of the best video game writing ever. Unfortunately, because of Tetsuya Takahashi getting screwed over again and again and again with games, he's saying stuff like stories don't matter in video games, just to focus on the level design or the gameplay. Which is true, those are important. From here, let me stuff like this. Okay. I actually like Haruhi Suzumiya. That was a good show. Season 2 sucked because it was the same episode like 26 times. I don't know why they did that. I understand artistically what they were going for. Anyway, I don't have a huge problem with this art style. In fact, I like it. My problem with it is that it's everywhere. All modern anime look like this. And to be fair, I'm not saying this for you, but as a longtime anime fan since the 90s, this is normie bait. This is to get mass appeal and normal people into anime. And that's my problem, is that it's just so copy and paste. When anime always had the copy and paste types that try to mimic the most popular style, but in the 90s, the 80s and 90s, some parts of 2000, it was just really hard to replicate a specific style, and people would just go with their own unique thing, usually like like this is Trigun. It looks very unique. The faces are structured differently. They're more angular, a little longer. It's still got the 90s flair to it, but it's also got its own thing going on at the same time. You watch the dub, right? You watch the Ghost Stories dub, right? Okay, because that's the only one that matters. That is a weird ass 2000s show that got turned into comedy gold. Let's see. Maybe we'll turn this into like a little animation stream here, but let's finish watching this trailer. I have something from Yu Hakusho that I want to show. That kind of explains where I come from with animation. I mean, it looks good. I'm just tired of open world games, honestly. But if they want to focus on gameplay, as long as it has good characters in it. Now, I know they're just trying to subvert expectations, because every single Xeno game has had sci-fi involved with it somehow. And so far, this is all kind of high fantasy. So, I know they're just trying to fake us out and be like, hey, look, it's a magical girl fucking academy anime with high fantasy. Ha ha hee hee. But then it's gonna go into sci-fi and get to existentialism and mysticism. See, that looked cool. See, this old guy? He looks cool. This chick? She looks fucking awesome. I don't mind the super clean style. It's usually gonna be the copy paste stuff, because the super clean stuff is easy to replicate. The only thing I don't like is that she has that modern thing with the anime going in front of her face like that. I don't like that, but besides that, she looks awesome. That guy looks really interesting. It's like anybody who's not a main character looks interesting, but everybody else has to look like super pretty boy or something like this.
さあ始まるわよ。兄上、行ってまいります。
ここは6つの太陽に照らし出された大地。
Six suns. And then they're apparently just in the fucking Halo ring.
そこで人々は知ることになる。破れた神の恨みが未だ晴らされてはいないことを。
I think that's how they're structuring this world. I think it's going to be a sci-fi twist that they're like in a giant orb or like a satellite or something, and their whole world is just like on the inside wall. Could be a lot of reasons, but it's going to be like some kind of sci-fi twist they're going to reveal. But Xenoblade Genesis Chronicles is over, but the blade hasn't finished. Don't know how I feel about it. Incredible's coming out next year. Dude, the Night Sky Prince is a YouTuber I watch often. He talks a lot about Final Fantasy 15 and stuff. And other things of that nature. He said it first. 2027 is the year of the JRPG. We got Final Fantasy Revelations, Final Fantasy 7 Remake Revelation. We have Persona 4, Persona 6. We have Xenoblade Chronicles re-releases and Xenoblade Genesis. We have Monster Hunter's expansion coming out. We have Final Fantasy 14 Evercold. There's like 3 other games I'm missing, but yeah, it's like oof. Can't wait for Persona 6. I understand, and I'm happy for you. Let's just say that. And that's only because so far all they shown was a title, so I can't, because of Final Fantasy 15, I can't just get excited for stuff anymore. I have to see something for it first, and then wait till it gets closer, and then I start getting excited. But so far they just showed a title. But I'm very happy for everybody who's excited. I'm not trying to take away from that. It's just I've been burnt too much from Metal Gear Solid 5, Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, a bunch of other games like that I was looking forward to. Dragon's Dogma 2. But yeah, they just fucking shadow dropped it right in the middle of the direct as well. The Dark Arisen's coming out. I also didn't like Persona 5. I'm not a fan of 5. I love Persona 3 though, and I'm interested in 4. So I'm actually like optimistic about that 4 remake, though they butchered 3 in my opinion with the remake. But that's just my opinion. So the things we did see for 6 though, like the graveyard and everything, that looks interesting, at least, if anything. Let's see, Xenoblade. Yeah, here we go.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of these 3 Xenoblade Chronicles games are incoming.
You can kind of tell the differences in art style between all of them. This one's really trying to mimic this guy's, but it's just we'll see in a second.
All 3 games.
I still think this one and Xenoblade Chronicles X look the best. I think they have the most interesting worlds.
Games run at 60 frames per second with 4K resolution in TV mode or Full HD in handheld mode. In-game cutscenes also have enhanced resolution and frame rate.
VR best girl. Huh. I never noticed it was that bad.
Not only that,
What's crazy is they're adding brand new content to these games.
but you can travel on a high-speed vehicle in the first game. Control blades to fight mercenary squad battles.
I will say, so I just noticed, or I just thought about this because of this guy that just popped up. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 does have a lot of guest artists pop up. Like the guy who draws Naruto drew this character that's being controlled right now. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a lot of cool guest artists from a bunch of different manga and game. Tetsuya Nomura also did the main designs for all the villains.
Squad battles in the second.
Or I would say antagonists.
And put your strength to the test against waves of enemies in the third. There's also a variety of other content added to each of the
New high-speed vehicle, new equipment designs. That's cool. Voiced heart-to-hearts. Oh, wow.
3 games. More details will be revealed.
Control blades and new action battles, new rare blades and blade quests. The blades are stupid. This is a gotcha, dude. This game is a offline gotcha, and I fucking hate it. The last 3 chapters are amazing, but the rest of this game is just a big fucking gotcha, waste of time. I got over 2,000 of the least rare currency, 1,000 of the medium, and then like 150 of the rarest, or 200 or something. No, I got 500, and I used all of them, and I did not get the last 2 blades I was missing, which were the only ones I wanted because they're from Xenosaga.
At a later date.
New defensive battles against waves of enemies, new hero and hero quests. That's cool. Newly voiced event scenes.
The digital version of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, and the upgrade pack will be available later today.
Well, I guess it didn't really show it off, but the art style between 1, 2, and 3 is just immense.
The Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 will be available on the dates shown on screen.
Yeah, that's very cool. And then Final Fantasy Resonance is... It's really cool that they're remaking
Oh my
Xvius.
god, it's here. Holy shit, it's really happening.
An 8-hour nap? Why don't you go for a 2-hour sleep, bro? Hey, before you go, just remember. We got Kingdom Hearts 4 now, man. Kingdom Hearts 4 is real. So was Persona 6 and Final Fantasy 7 Revelation and all these fucking good games. What an incredible lineup this week. Holy fuck. Anyway, you go get some sleep, man. Also, let me know when you're down for Savage. We gotta go. We gotta clear it, okay? We're gonna do it. Better be caught up already. All right, man. I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Shoot. Where's the thing? There we go. Because I need to check something real quick. I don't want none of you peeping. Let's see. Okay. Whoops.
Oh my god, it's here.
Holy shit, it's really happening.
Is it finally time?
Are you kidding me?
This is impossible.
Is this a miracle?
OMG guy, I can't believe I got a trailer after 6 years. I'm not a skeleton anymore.
Trailer from where?
Nintendo Direct.
What is this reality?
Thank you for everything, Cloud, but I don't need you anymore. I will be in the trailer now.
Don't worry about me, go forth my son. Everyone get on a couch. We are breaking this down and not sleeping tonight.
Still can't process this is real. I'm so happy for Sora.
This is another thing. I think that they're gonna... I would hope. Because they're releasing around the same time. And we're missing Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts. Please have Duellum, the city of Duellum, connect to Kingdom Hearts. Please. We need Kingdom Hearts, or Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts so bad. I know, Nomura, I know you're not watching this, but Nomura, I know you say that Kingdom Hearts has enough of its own characters to stand on its own legs now, and you only ever added Final Fantasy characters to get people interested in the series in the first place, but they are now integral to the story as of 1 and 2. They are still part of the journey. We need some Final Fantasy characters. We gotta have more Final Fantasy characters. I know you're adding you're adding Noctis and everybody into the game as Yozora. But we need Cloud and Sephiroth's battle finished up. Kingdom Hearts 3 did not feel right without Final Fantasy characters. It did not.
What kind of Nintendo Direct even is this to have Kingdom Hearts trailer?
An absolute banger one. They just ditched my version of the games just before. What a world we live in. An entire Kingdom Hearts series in Nintendo Direct. God, even I miss this light and darkness mumbo jumbo.
Look at him go, oh my god.
That's some gigantic foe he's facing.
Compared to our Dissidia mobile game, ours is like child's play.
Hey, that's Sora's roommate. We have been using her apartment for too long, didn't we?
I might finally pay her back for crashing here after this. What are the odds?
Who is he?
Do you know him, Cloud?
Just for this moment I'm a Kingdom Hearts encyclopedia, and my answer is no idea.
What in the heck?
Is that you, Noctis?
Why are you there?
Is it really me? Isn't there like another version of me in there already?
But Yozora looks less like you than this guy is.
What is going on?
Maybe he's a character from a mobile game.
Who?
Don't ask me. I didn't play those.
Kh4 is here too?
No, it's Luke Sword. They finally show him, after teasing at the end of DLC. This trailer is way too much, my guy, and it's not even a minute.
Can fans even handle all this information after being starved for so long?
Might be going from skeleton to a fresh corpse at this point. They'd better take it slow.
Okay, don't scatter black feathers around like that. It's giving me PTSD.
Is Sephiroth gonna be back in Kingdom Hearts?
I hope so. Kick his ass, Sora.
I forgot this is a Disney game for a second.
It's fine. Every KH fans does too. Oh my freaking god, they actually did it.
Did what? Who is he?
Oh, I don't know. Just a villain of the entire series until the last game, where Sora killed him.
Then how is he back?
Is he gonna be redeemed then?
How, bro? You have no idea what and how many bad stuff he has done. So much to go through. We don't have time.
So you're saying this is the biggest bombshell reveal so far?
Unbelievably, yes. Fans are gonna make a lot of content out of this.
What kind of content?
You're the expert.
A combat?
This looks cool, but what do you think, KH expert?
Well, this seems very KH3 to me.
In what way?
In a bit of a new, but mostly the same way. Pretty sure I see the animation port directly from it without change.
Still very early in development, it seems.
True.
Will fans be happy if this is just KH3 again?
Oh, some will be far from happy. But fans are gonna dissect every frame. Oh hey, that regular combo is looking pretty fast. Fans are gonna love that. Man, am I dreaming? Never in a billion.
I think one of my problems now, like watching this, one of my many problems with Kingdom Hearts 3, there's not a lot of interactions with the square button to like knock enemies in the air or change your combo midair or anything like in 2. Like you could press square on the ground to do an explosion, knock him in the air, or just hit him in the air with a Keyblade swing. Or while you're in the air, you can hit square to do a longer form combo. Also in Kingdom Hearts 3, your combo doesn't dictate how strong your finisher is, which I thought was really weird. That they gave you the whole point for it gave you a purpose for having a long combo chain. But yeah, then you could also hit square to knock enemies down from the air and stuff, depending on your input timing in the combo and everything. In 3, they really make you like rely on the stuff from Birth by Sleep and everything, where you do counters and stuff. Like you have the payback system, which I think they should have that as well. But I also think it's important to have the combos change depending on your button press. The guy who made the Kingdom Hearts 2 and Dissidia battle systems, that guy really understands combat and he really knows what he's doing. And the Osaka team, they're missing something fundamental. There's like an understanding to combat that they just don't have. The other guy does.
Years would I have thought he would get a trailer just 3 days after mine.
I'm back. Thank you so much, guys, for being with me this many years.
Don't mention it.
We happy to see you happy too.
You deserve this, Sora.
Yeah, your game is gonna be sick.
Of course it will, but it seems like it's gonna be a while until the actual game comes out.
Yeah, I figured it's still gonna be a long while, but I feel like I'm alive again. Thank you y'all again. I'm gonna finally go get a job now.
Have a nice day, kid. Man, what the hell is this week?
True Blade Seeker. We love him. We love this guy. He makes the funny videos. Usually Dissidia, Kingdom Hearts style. Sometimes Final Fantasy. I was gonna play some Kingdom Hearts 2, but I'm getting tired. Maybe I'll rest up so I can stream for a long time tomorrow. Let's see. Is anybody in chat? Because if people are in chat, I'll stick around, but it might just be too late for most people. Nah. Yeah, I think I might just take the opportunity to go rest. But man, I will say, what a crazy line. Here, hold on, let me switch over. Oh, I'm so far away. It's so rude of me. Sorry, hold on, let me walk a little closer. Okay. So, the show is nuts. This whole show the last week, the unofficial E3 has been nuts. We have so many things to look forward to. I'm looking to upgrading my PC, and we're gonna play Kingdom Hearts, Revelation, everything that we can, except for the Switch games, because Nintendo's stupid. But yeah. It's the only way they've held on to relevancy, I feel. I don't think anybody would buy Nintendo consoles that could get Mario and Zelda and shit on other platforms. But yeah, excited for other things like Pal World and everything, so. Man, It's just been crazy. I feel like I time traveled like 10 years ago. Smash Brother getting announced, Final Fantasy VII Remake getting announced at the 2015 E3, and just a bunch of shit. And now it's all coming full circle. Like, I think that's when we got some Kingdom Hearts 3 updates as well. That's happening. We're gonna try and beat Kingdom Hearts 2 100%. Then we're gonna take a break. I'm probably gonna start progging some ultimates in Final Fantasy. Because I just really want to get one of those done finally. So that might be the main thing we do on stream for a while. But I still have to update what's this guy called? I gotta update my drip, basically. But yeah. You know, maybe instead of ending the stream, maybe I'll just do some art. Let me see. Let me open up my thing. But before we do, everybody, remember. Kingdom Hearts 4 is real! That was me. Could you not tell? Oh, we gotta finish our first emote as well. Let's see. Take that, and then we'll lower this. Add a new layer. Then what the heck? There we go. And then you know, Yusuke, I always thought that he had slicked back hair all this time, but it turns out he's got that like, how do you say, pompadour? Let me see something real quick. Okay. Oh, I gotta change Twitch. Okay, I can hatch. Okay, so I did some more art for this guy. I just want to get his general face shape out. But I came up with this idea at work. So the new hairstyle. Oh, let me draw the eye. Here we go. Let's make this layer less. There. So it's a little tough to get this part because I haven't drawn a lot. It's going to be mixing the two styles together. Something like that. Should duck here. I don't like that top hair spraying. I'm gonna put my phone because I want to see how I did it. that's close, but no cigar. Yeah, something a little bit more like this. Because I feel like it's a little bit more... true to my art style. I was thinking of doing something where this straps around the shoulders. It connects to this part. And then like loops under these. But that might be a little too much. Yeah, something like this.
Great way to make friends these days. Perfect. Tell 'em, kid.
the hell?
Yeah, let's go. You game your K9's guaranteed fun.
What the hell is with this recording? It's destroying my ears. The warbling in the background. Jesus. What's with these audio recordings that are like, they have terrible background warbling? I think it's just people getting straight ripped from the show and trying to clean up the audio after. Excuse me. It's so much easier to do speedy cross-hatching. When I'm using a real pen or my phone. That looks somewhat possible. God, it's got that background warbling effect again. I can't believe there's no official release of music. Yu Yu Hakusho. The song is like one of the best. So good. That when I drew this before, I made the collarbones way too low. I sagged everything down a little bit. Just the tension that builds up right before I play Sensui. And then this freaking triumphant chorus. There's a problem since I fixed the torso, adjusted it up a little bit. The arms are a little bit too long, but that's okay. They still mostly work. But now the legs are way too long. Or maybe it's like the right size now. Like, what if I keep here? Actually, I made his pants a little too much like 90s pants. Because let's see. His chest would be right about here. And then we do this. Never mind. No, that's accurate. So his body's just too long. Just maybe a little bit of adjustment. But yeah, compared to the first thing, like I think the eye is better and sharper in that one. I don't know, that original one's just like so much sharper. Actually, when I combine them, this one looks the best. But I definitely like the hair more. That kind of feels like I'm just kind of like haphazardly putting spikes everywhere, even though I do have like a method for the madness, like going on here. It's coming from the split in the hair, like it's going to show back. Like it feels good, but this just feels like a lot more organic. Because it still has the same thing going on. Where it goes from the split in his hair up here. I mean, I could make this more defined. But it leads to the same shape in the back, same shape on the side. But it looks a lot less like a cloud. It's a mix of this hairstyle. I think I like it a lot better. I just gotta fix the legs now. Yeah, just gotta fix the legs. And then I'll do a test with everybody, see how they feel about this one. I do want to fix the hair right now, though. This is just like so nonsensical because of this part. And the Warble comes back. Like someone ripped that off from their freaking VHS. That a little bit. Because I could easily get... So let's just do this real quick. That is way too fucking big. Oh, damn. I actually really like that. The eyes mixed together like that are perfect, so I gotta figure out what's making that work so well. I see a few things. I'm kind of upset how much more I like the hair without the spikes. Though I'm a spike enjoyer. I'll get people's opinions tomorrow. I actually think it looks better with like the spikes on the side. It's like, it makes sense to me once I turn it on the side. The hair on the part of the other side of his head is going to be kind of like scooping over the front of his head. But for the most part, I do like the edits to the jacket. Except, need to edit this. Need to figure out what I'm doing with this. Maybe move the belt down a little bit. Just a little bit. But I think the arms look better. This looks way better. Than having it fold over like it did before. This looks way more natural. Yeah, like the eye doesn't look great like that. Doesn't look great like that, but then like when they combine the both, it looks so good. Gotta draw the arm on the other side and fix the legs. But I think this is it. I think this is the final. Not like this isn't the final, but like this will be the final rough draft. And then we'll do the ink afterwards. I think I gotta move his eyebrow over a little bit. I think that's one problem. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. Oh, hi. I just I will see. Sorry, I like to give my little cat girls all the attention. Yes, that means baby talk. Baby talk, what baby? Gizmo, give me a couple more minutes. I'm gonna finish up what I'm doing here, and then I'll give you all the attention in the world, okay? I love it. Stop petting her and she gives me the sassiest of eyes. Hold on, sweetie. I'm sorry. Let me finish this. And that gives me. Maybe we'll do a little bit like this too. Yeah, I think I like that a lot. He's giving me the shittiest of looks. Yeah, the eyebrow being like that looks way better. I'm really debating just getting rid of the hair spikes. sucked. Yeah, you know what? I think I agree with that. I'm really happy with the face. One problem with his hairstyle, though. Can't see Scar. I gotta get my brother and Crisp's thoughts on this. Let's see what I think about this one. But I think this might be it. I think this might be the final one. Uvo, if he ever shows up. I do like how the pencil brush makes things look. I might just make this the final, like clean up everything around it and make this the final. I need people's opinions first. Yeah, I think I'll draw the other arm and I'll fix the legs. I'm gonna go over and clean up and connect the lines and to do a mock-up for the coloring. This might be it.
Look at your face!
It just looks like my current self, just update. With my actual art style better translated to digital media. one problem though. No, I can't make this the final because I want to make the hair layered and then the body layered and the clothes layered so that it'll make it easier to do the eyes open, eyes closed, mouth open with eyes open, mouth open with eyes closed, and then the new emotes I want to do too. That's it. I mean, I could call it and just do the torso, but I want to do the whole body just in case. Do a space side by side. Like you can still tell it's the same, right? It just, this one makes a lot more sense and looks nicer. It's much better communicating. Oh. Okay. Now, do I want to keep the goatee? Okay, let's do a mock-up goatee real quick. Maybe I will do the goatee. That looks pretty cool. And unlike this current version of myself, I will be adding shading to this guy. I'll make sure all the lines are clean, like all of them. Everything around it will be clean. Maybe I'll make the hair shorter. Because I like the long hair, and that's what his kind of hair is. But we got time, because I'm not changing it until Kingdom Hearts 2 was 100% beat. I'm gonna add a bunch of different versions of this too. And now that I have this palette, I got the structure down after it's colored and everything. I'm gonna have the head turning and stuff and doing different emotes and have different hand gestures and stuff. I like everything about it. Everything. Everything is so much more well communicated and more well defined. Maybe the shoulder, his left shoulder, the one on our right. I could make that flap, like adjust it a little bit, make it go a little higher. To bend with the one on the other side a little better. Match the bend on the one on the other side better. But yeah, having the different hand gestures and stuff would be really cool. And I'm not gonna forget the scar. And I gotta use that paintbrush to do the red markings. Like, yeah, let's pop up the other thing. Well, I'm gonna take out the goatee for now because I'm too tired to actually like do the goatee. So take that off for now, and we'll add that back in. I definitely like this like red pattern. This was a total accident, but I really like how it looks. We'll do that for this too. I don't know if I'm gonna do this pattern. I'm gonna have to put something behind it first. Because if it's just pure white like that, if it's pure white behind those dots, it's gonna cause issues. I definitely think I'm gonna stick to it though. Like stick to this pattern. I just gotta put something behind it. Maybe I'll put like a dark blue all across this entire outfit and then do this to texture it. What did I undo? I don't know. Cool. That's a little better. I mean, do I want to make the hair like this short? I think I'm gonna sleep on it because it's already 3 a.m. That was me. You see the weird effects happening? You can see the light going behind my character. Because I use lower opacity paint instead of just thick paint. So it looks really awkward in some cases. But this old one. So that's something I want to fix too. Didn't know what I was doing. I rushed it because of how freaking sad I was that day. What a shitty birthday. Spent it alone all day, crying about my little sister and just working on this fucking thing. Anyway, sorry, not to be too depressing. It was a good day, and I want everybody to have a good day. I don't want to drag it down. I think I already did that for some of my friend groups because I was just not doing well. The emotions suck sometimes. You gotta feel them. あなたを抱きしめる私でいたい Don't know what any of that means. Anyway, thanks everybody for stopping by. We're gonna be spamming this for maybe, I want to say a couple weeks, but probably for the next week. But it's just so funny. I'm glad I freaking worked on that. All right. Well, Kingdom Hearts 4 is announced. Xenoblade Chronicles is announced. Or sorry, Xenoblade Genesis is announced. My two favorite like RPGs. And then one of my old favorites, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. Still one of my favorites. Just I don't know. You know, just set it up there. New Kingdom Hearts, new Xenoblade, Final Fantasy. I'm looking forward to trying out Persona 6. I don't give a crap about the Star Fox remake, even though I love Star Fox or the Ocarina remake. Because they're not really justifying their remakes. It's just, here's the same exact game, just more cutscenes and updated graphics. Happy for those who are excited, but for me, I just don't care. But for all these other games, I'm very excited. I think everybody got something that they're looking forward to from all this. The 3E, not the E3, but the new 3E. So I'm happy for everybody, honestly. Anyway, I'm gonna hit the hay. I'll see you guys later. We'll work more on this for sure. But we got time. We got a little bit of time. Gotta beat Kingdom Hearts 2. We gotta beat Hades Cup, the last 10 rounds of it. And then we gotta do it all again and get 1,500 points. I think I'm gonna have to practice a lot to get that done, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for my sister, for your auntie, Gizmo. For your auntie. She's begging me for love. I gotta get going. But yeah, we're gonna practice Kingdom Hearts 2, the Hades Cup, until we get that down. Anyway, thanks everybody for stopping by. I hope everybody had a great day. I'll catch you next time. And remember, Kingdom Hearts 4.